Hello, my name is Swiss Bianco. In this video I will talk about the Swiss military selection of the 6-hour 320. I did already make a video about it. We have some updated news, and I also did quite some videos in German language to discuss a bit certain points, how I see it here in USA, and I did not make that video or those videos in English, so this is a bit roundup of all those matters. So we just got the news that in Switzerland the people that are responsible for the adaptation of the 320 did say publicly that the safety concern is gone. So they made their tests, whatever it was, and the SIG 320 next to the other pistols did pass, so they did not care to evaluate the safety again. That did pass, that is gone. So that is the biggest point of criticism, that the pistol is not as safe, or can be not as safe as other pistols. Like here in USA, we know exactly what I'm talking about. Over in Switzerland, apparently not too many people know about all the problems, and basically that the trust in the 320 system did suffer a lot here in USA, basically worldwide. Anyway, so that is off the hat, it's gone. Safety, they're not gonna test again. What is gonna happen is that the pistol gonna be more user-friendly, more ergonomic. So quite likely they're gonna make a mold for the grip frame. It may be a little bit like the Wilson Combat that we have here on the table. So it's a bit more rounded up, a bit more ergonomic in the hand, and also they said there's some parts gonna be more durable made, whatever that means. Maybe a different material, and maybe instead of MIM that they make the parts the traditional way, who knows. And that's gonna be tested and re-evaluated, but not the security and the safety. So that's what they say, at least towards Christmas 2025. Of course, the whole thing can change in a heartbeat, as we saw that in the German military pistol selection. They did say a couple months ago it's going to be a CZ P10F, the full-size version, and now it's a C version, a compact version. Different matter, different video gonna come. So it is how it is. It's a bit hectic since the Russian-Ukraine war, and yeah, the whole situation is a bit more crazy. So what are the other points? The point was that the Swiss people that did select the 320 did argue that made in Switzerland, that is really important, that you make the pistol, the military pistol, inside your own country. Well, it's 2025 with drones, and even before that in the Yugoslavic war with Zastava. That is hogwash. That is completely nonsense. What is important is to have if you want to do that, if you have the assault rifle, the main rifle is made in country, next to magazines, optic, and of course the ammunition for the magazines. Ammunition is the main thing, like with the 9mm ammunition that we use for the 320 and others in Switzerland. That needs to be made in Switzerland, so you have the ammunition, the Verbrauchsmaterial, the material that get used up, and there is also cleaning supplies like the proper oil and cleaning fluids and materials to clean the gun, to keep it up. Things like that. That is important. To have the pistol manufactured in Switzerland only gonna cost more money. you can say, yeah, that creates a workforce and taxes, but in my opinion, and that is, say, like the German military did do it now with their new military pistol, they simply did look what is around in Europe or worldwide, and then they select a good product for an even better price that is made in their factory in a different country outside of Germany, and then they can basically spend more money on that or the same money on that, and you get more guns, more firearms for that. So it's a bit a different thing. Let's face it, as I did mention it before, if you going into a war, some infrastructure going to be bombed and destroyed firsthand, and that is plants for manufacturing firearms for sure, ammunition as well, things like that, like we had it with the Zastava factory in the Yugoslavian war and the NATO, like we have it in other matters, similar matters back then, historically speaking. So that's going to be the first thing, especially with Switzerland. It's a tiny little itty bitty country, and you can't hide anywhere in that space, not even in the deepest mountain. And yeah, what is it worth it to make the pistol in Switzerland like that? It's just more efforts. Like SIG USA have to look with SIG Switzerland how they manufacture the pistol there. There is no pistol manufactured in a long time, you know. That was, even back then, a SIG was big, that was changed to 6 Sauer, so that some of the pistol parts, if not all, then get made in Germany. This back then for the export laws, because they wanted to export the pistol, and the Swiss export laws are worth the garbage, so they couldn't get the export permit for shipping the pistols, say, even to USA. So that's why they did go with Sauer company in Germany, that they then can say, yeah, it's made in Germany, we can export to other places way easier. Again, it's a lot about the past, about the history. I guess that is the case if you get older like me, that you look back in time to learn about it, you know. So where we stand in Switzerland, so they say they want to really bad make it in Switzerland. Yeah, you can be proud about that, yeah, but the safety problem is still there. Is it made in Switzerland or not? The safety is compromised. Another matter was why they would not even look over to Italy, to the APX A1 pistol. Apparently there is a new version gonna come, a new generation of that pistol at this SHOT Show in January 2026. So we see how that goes. It's made only a few hours south of the Swiss border, so that would have be even closer than like with the German selection, the CZ P10, and the Czech Republic. That is a bit further away from Switzerland, but that would have be an option too. And then one point, quite likely the most controversial point that I did bring on the table, is made in Turkey, SAR 9. On the table we have generation 1. They are now by generation 3, quite likely working on a generation 4. So my personal solution for the problem would have be that you look internationally, that you go to Turkey to talk with the SAR people to get a Glock 45 style pistol. So basically what we have here on the table is a full size one. We would get a version that has the slide like a Glock 19, but a full size grip. So you have a 17 round magazine. I'm sure the Turkish people could do that and would do that. And as I say, in USA, those pistols you can have from $179 and up. That is amazing. what the Turkish did really well is modernize their manufacturing capability to our standards of the West. They no longer need to buy the firearms from the West, they make it themselves for many decades by now, but the quality that they reach now for a couple of years already, that is absolute amazing. And even if we would have sent Swiss people to the Turkish factory like in the good old days, that you have military people checking with the quality, that during the manufacturing and especially at the end, that you check each gun quick about the quality and the fit and finish and all that, that would be even worth it to send the Swiss people there. That would be still cheaper to do than otherwise. So what we would have is a Glock 45 style gun. We have the typical not fully cocked striker system from the Glock. We would have a grip frame that is way better in the hand because the Turkish people did style that after the Heckler & Koch VP7 VP9 design, and you can interchange the side strap and the back strap, so you can really fit the size of the grip to your hand that you have. The magazine are based on the 320 system, but it's not 100% the same, it's not interchangeable. So I would go with Mecgar in Italy. They have the best quality for the magazines, and get the magazines done there the right way. And then of course the slide, as we come back to the top of the gun, this is made in stainless steel and then Cerakoted. I would go with a DLC coating. I'm sure somewhere in Turkey or somewhere else that coating could be done, basically the same coating like the Glock has. And then optics ready, of course. There it's just a milling and a drilling and tapping. The rail for light and laser is there, and then you have still the option what safety system, if you want to have the manual safety like we have it here, or if you don't want to have that, just with axis here, that is all possible, whatever they really would like to have. If you have a manual safety, that even makes it more safe. And honestly, by now I even trust the SAR 9 more than the 320 system, and I would not comprehend them too much, but for me personally, with my tests and my experience, I'm not gonna carry the 320 for now, until the matters is solved and the trust is back there. So yeah, of course Switzerland will never go with the Turkish pistol, because they just look down on Turkish armament in general. They would not even go with the Beretta pistol, because they look down too on that. And with the Glock it's the same. Heckler & Koch was out from the start, because that is simply too high priced. That I understand, and I see nowadays Switzerland doesn't have much money, and that is how that is. So I would have go with the SAR pistol, a version of that. I would have spent as much money as possible on that and get as many pistols out like that. I would also have looked with distributors in USA for a limited edition, a one-time deal, that about 10,000 of those pistols could be imported to USA for civilian sales, for collectors and shooters. It would be a great gun. It would be for shooters, but it would be also a collectible, because it's the Swiss military pistol. So I would say about 10,000 pieces in USA. That should be manageable for selling it. All legal, of course, here in USA, no problem at all. Plus, there would be also a number be needed to be sold in Europe legally, and especially in Switzerland for the civilians. There I would make a special program like they did back then with the cars, that you would get the pistol legally a little bit cheaper than directly in the store, but it would be registered with the military, so that the soldier need to bring that pistol then with them to the military service inspections and things like that. I'm sure many would have jumped onto that wagon too, so then we had more pistol in Swiss military hand. Also is then the problem about storage. Same with the bombing of the manufacturing plants. Back in the day we had a system of storage in smaller storage places in Switzerland all over the place. I personally saw a couple of them and over the decades, and that is gone, and that needs to come back, that the smaller places are in a bigger number around on the countryside, so if one or two gets destroyed, that there are still plenty left full with firearms and other equipment. So that's basically in a nutshell how I would have do, and yeah, how they gonna do, we're gonna see. And I just hope safety first as always, that the people doesn't get hurt, that nobody shoots themselves in a leg or other parts because the pistol, a Swiss made p320, did malfunction. Anyways,